Hello, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 20 Ultimate Team Road to Glory, episode number 317 on this fine Saturday. I hope you guys are all doing well out there, chilling out, sitting back, relaxing and enjoying on your weekend. And if you do enjoy, right at the start, as always, thumbs up would be greatly appreciated. Shoot for 2,000 likes. Let's see if you can make that happen. And of course, subscribe as well if you are new to the channel. So, this weekend, we're using this squad on screen. Going with the Brazilian theme just because I wanted to try something a bit different. I wanted to use some players which I hadn't given a shot yet. And you can see on that little left-hand side triangle there of Teles, Diego Carlos, Paulinho, and then, of course, Alex Teixeira as well in the squad. Those are some players that I hadn't had a chance to use. Granted, I've used Paulinho as a flashback. I used Diego Carlos as a road to the final. And they were both very, very good for me back in the day. So it was almost like a nice way to like round up the year by bringing their best form of their best card back into the squad and then just going down this route of Brazil. And well, you'll see in today's episode how well or badly that does go in our first few games of the weekend league. So first things first for this episode was marquee matchups. Knowing that, well, here's the thing. I thought, get these done. Get my final shot at some packs whilst summer heat is still a thing. Now, I am making this video just before 6 PM on Friday night. So, in my head right now, or when I was recording this video and stuff, my chances were this is my last chance to maybe pack a tots before they all go out of pack and the game just sort of fizzles out a little bit. But then everyone on Twitter today says that there's more to come. So I don't know what that means, whether or not summer heat is getting extended or other things are coming out. Obviously, you guys will know by the time you're watching this. Leave me a little comment down below about what you love about what's come out last night, because I have no idea what to expect. So obviously in tomorrow's episode, I'll tell you all about it and we can laugh at this Lasty right here who had no idea what was coming. But yeah, hopefully it's still something good because like I feel like Summer Heat has actually really kept this game alive. Definitely for me on a content perspective, there's been stuff to do, which is normally the real issue when it comes to summer content, late cycle content. Now, I was all ready to get my tweet, prepare a tweet for you guys to say, hey, don't expect daily content going forwards. Or, for the rest of FIFA 20. Just because if the game just dies out and fizzles out and there's nothing left to do, there won't be much for me to do in those midweek episodes. I might still play a bit of the weekend league, get my rewards, but then throughout the week, like, what is there to possibly do? So if that happens, be aware that there may not be like completely daily episodes, and eventually, probably in about a month, I would say, I'll most likely stop the road to glory, so that we can have a bit of time off, maybe a month off or something before the new game comes out, to refresh, to stop playing this game, put a bookend on this game, and then start the new one. And get people hyped for the start of the new one come, what, late September, is it? Oh, God. It's a long way away. It really is. And normally like my September content, so normally I finish the Road to Glory sort of mid-August, and then I fly off somewhere to some capture event to play the new FIFA. Like last year I went to Amsterdam, the year before that I went to Berlin, the year before that I can't remember where I was, London, the year before that Guildford. Like for the last few years I have had many amazing opportunities to go and fly out, hang out with my mates and record early exclusive content for you guys. I guess that's probably not a thing this year, is it? Because of the way that the world is. So, that being said, perhaps we'll have a bit of time, some actual like downtime to just chill, relax before we go full send into the new FIFA in the new year. But anyway, you are seeing me do part of marquee matchups. So, I needed to get it done, like the first few done, because it was... wait, what pack is this? Oh, this is actually my Prime Gold Players pack. We've finished Marquee Matchups, as I was just waffling there. Basically, I had to do the first 3 parts of Marquee Matchups before I could do the final one, because I didn't have the players and stuff at my disposal. It required like an 81 rated squad, and that is a high rated squad for Marquee Matchups, especially when player prices are how they are. So yeah, good luck with completing that one. I think I spent an extra 10k and ended up getting absolutely nothing in my packs, which is annoying, very annoying. But it is time to go ahead and take our Brazilian squad, our squad full of technical, gifted, skillful players, head on into the weekend league. And I just don't know what to say about that first squad. Like, what is that? Masuaku, Pulisic, like some very, very good players, and then just some bang average gold items. So, and like, I'm very sure that this guy had the GOAT Tifo, not the golden GOAT, but I think he had the GOAT Tifo, which to me says, hey, I've played 300, or I've got 300 plus rivals wins. So I just don't quite understand what that team really was, if I'm honest. But we are going to end up dispatching of this guy fairly quickly. Like, we're 2-0 up already. And then Neymar does Berber spin here, gets past the defender. Like, when it's a defender like regular Socrates, you're just going to, like, run straight past him, aren't you? It is the way that the game is right now. The reason why it's so difficult to score in normal matches is because everyone's got Tots Militao, or Flashback Militao, Tots Diego Carlos, Tots Ramos, all of those players that make it so difficult to get past because they're so quick and they've got such great defensive ability that the AI of that helps it out. But when you end up coming up against some of these regular golds, it just makes it super easy. So, yeah, game 1 was pretty simple. 3-0 rage quit. And that's what you love to see. You love to see a rage quit in game number 1 just to get your motivation levels up for the start of the weekend league. And going into game number 2, I'm like, honestly, what are these teams? I haven't seen 5 gold items in a squad for ages. I don't know what's happening. But I mean, yeah, granted, they are Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. Like, they're some very good gold items, and I'm sure they're still somewhat usable. But it's just like normally you're used to seeing red tots and normal tots players and loads of summer heat. That is like the typical squad you come up against now, right? So I was a little bit displeased and a little bit shocked to end up going 1-0 down. And it was Griezmann to end up get the goal. Like, regular Griezmann has just scored against me in end of July. I can't believe I've said it, but it has happened. However, we are able to push through with Bobby Firmino here. Just sort of work down the line, cut it across. Not quite enough on that one. Tots Thiago Silva's going to deal with that okay. But look at this from Alex Teixeira. The strength to get off the defender, the pace to get away from him, and then a beautiful ball over to Vinicius Jr., who is just running. And we sort of ball roll and skip that ball past the goalkeeper there. A lovely counter-attack from my opposition's corner. So at least we get back in the match, and we're not going to let this one go. He was actually quite good in the attack because he had so many players forward. Like, he was holding possession in my final third quite often, but he was playing like a 3-4-2-1 or something, or a 3-4-3, whatever you want to call it. There were just lots of players up. It meant that I was able to counter-attack quite nicely. Paulinho, as you can see, just pushing forward but staying a little bit calm there because the Ribery run wasn't that great. And again, Ribery slows down as well because he started moving his goalie around all the time. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to wait until I know what you're doing, and then I'm going to shoot and I'm going to score. So yeah, we brought Ribery on for Bobby Firmino there, just to shore things up a little bit more in the second half, as I was only drawing and somewhat struggling against this guy. But then 3-1 up, he decides to quit. His name was Twitch Alex. I don't know if this is someone who was streaming on Twitch at the time, but GG's anyway. That was definitely not the easiest of games, and I can see that you've made the account on July 2020, so it's like a new challenge for you, I guess. So GG's anyway. Unfortunately, you're going to come up against people like me who have still got like their main squad and are not starting new challenges. So I think if anything, all I did was just out team you there at that point with some of the crazy players that I've got. So yeah, I mean, it's a second rage quit. It's 2 wins out of 2, 2 rage quits out of 2. So that's nice and positive, and we head on into game number 3, hoping for something good. So we move on in. He had like an all right team and stuff. A couple of regular players, like this Kimpembe was actually regular, but the other players were all tots and stuff in this squad. So I thought maybe this was our first proper challenge, but we went 1-0 up. Totzawa just sort of gives me the ball back to Paulinho, Teixeira into Neymar, back to Bobby, back to Neymar, and the goalkeeper movement once again was just a little bit too much. So I just stuck it near post, went 2-0 up, got a rage quit in 9 minutes. 3 games, 3 rage quits, 3 wins. You really do love to see that. That hasn't happened for a while. If you think about last weekend, we went 2-3 in our first 5 games. So we come back to the squad screen, go straight on in again, find ourselves our 4th opponent, and we come up against this. He's got a nice team. That's more like what you're used to seeing in the weekend league at this stage. But even so, Shapeshifter Kondogbia, end of an era Adariz, maybe even Jovic up front. Like, some of those players are not as meta as they possibly could be. Teixeira wins the ball back from his kickoff. He just like intercepts it, tries to get it over to Bobby, but it falls back to him, and he scores a worldie. 1 minute 29, I'm 1-0 up, and I didn't even have kickoff. So that's gone as well as it possibly could have. And then Neymar ends up getting it. Well, hits the post. Bobby sticks it in the back of the net. He was offside, so we can play on. But Teixeira's on the ball after a good ball from Paulinho. I don't know what I'm doing with Vinicius Jr. here. It's sort of messed up, but I kind of kept the ball. And when I scored, I wonder if my opponent thought, oh, this guy's going to be a skiller and he's all over me. And I think maybe that's what he thought, and that's why he just quit. So that's 4 games in a row, 4 quits in a row, 4 wins in a row. I don't know what else to say. Like, esports teams, I form an orderly queue, and I will take a look at your contracts, and whichever one offers the most amount of money, I will sign. Obviously, I'm kidding. But we move on into what is going to be the final game of the episode. And again, this is more like the sort of squad you're coming up against in the weekend league. Look at that defense. That is nearly a perfect defense, in my opinion. Lots of incredible players. But off of kickoff, he sort of intercepted it from me. And I thought, oh no, don't do what I just did in the last game. But it turns out we won the ball back again. Neymar knocks it into Bobby. And after a little bit of composure, and I just sort of realised, oh, maybe I'll take a shot at the near post. I go 1-0 up from kickoff. And then we get inside the box here with Neymar, take the shot, good save from ter Stegen, but I seem to be able to scoop round his defenders quite nicely. I'm doing the business with Neymar and Bobby, and Teixeira's great, Vinicius Jr. is great, my 2 CDMs in Paulinho and Fabinho are absolutely exquisite. I love it. And look at me here, just being a lot more calm and composed on the ball. End up getting the ball out to Bobby, who's going to smack that across to Neymar, who fires home. 17 minutes on the clock. This guy's going to pause and quit as well. What a way to play your first 5 games. And I'm telling you, that is 25 in real life minutes that took me to get my first 5 wins in the weekend league. Sometimes that takes 2 hours. So we have had an absolute worldie here today. There's no other way of putting it. What a way to start. 5 games, 5 rage quits. Only 1 match made it into the second half. So yeah, I'm pleased with myself. I think we've done well. I think that goes to show you as well that the people that are left maybe don't care so much anymore. You saw it with me last week. I was okay to just quit and move on. I'll use that same mentality this week. If I am 2-0 down, 3-0 down, I'll quit and move on to the next game as well. So hopefully that just means that me and my opponents get through our games as quickly as humanly possible, because no one wants to be spending their weekend leagues in late July actually chilling, sweating out foot champs. They want the games to go nice and quick, get their wins easy as possible, and that be that, really, don't they? So we'll end off today with under 1 banner. I nearly missed this SBC or forgot about or stopped myself from doing it, actually, because I read the requirements wrong. I thought I needed 5 UCL rare players, but it actually said you can use rare or UCL rare players. So as long as I had 5 rares in the squad, which is obviously easy to get, especially when you're making an 80 rated team or whatever, like you're bound to use players that are rare golds, I got it done. And it of course gave me an untradeable 55k pack. potential here for me to get something just before 6 p.m. in case Summer Heat was going to expire, or maybe we should have saved it if you guys know what I'm going to get, or what's going to be here by this time tomorrow. But we end up just getting regular boards from it, and it is the Danish goalkeeper from Leicester City, which is, of course, Kasper Schmeichel. I could have done with an Icon Moments Peter Schmeichel in a pack, to be honest, just for the rating. Would have been good. But no, we'll take his son, Kasper, and there's like an 82, a couple 81s in there as well. But it's really not a great rare mega pack. The only saving grace is that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squad fitnesses in there. And you know how much Lasty loves to get a squad fitness into his club. So, yeah, I mean, great start in the weekend league. I'm probably going to go ahead and play a little session again in a little bit. Whether or not we carry on the rage quit streak, I'm guessing the games are going to start getting tough. I seem to find if I have a really easy start to the weekend league, the end of the weekend league is horrific. If I have a horrific start to the weekend league, it goes smoothly. So I actually wish I lost the first few games. But, I mean, when you're playing well and people are quitting after 15 minutes, there's nothing much you can do about it, really, is there? So I'm expecting the hard games to come. But I'm enjoying myself with the Brazil team so far. If anything comes out and any Brazilians are out in SBCs or whatever that I could potentially get that might replace one of the people in our team, then there's a potential for our team to change ever so slightly throughout the weekend league, bring in some new talent as well. But if there are no players that are coming out, like I thought maybe we do David Luiz and replace Eder Militao with him for this weekend. But at the same time, like, I'm loving him and Diego Carlos. Diego Carlos is insane, by the way. He's absolutely ridiculous at centre-back. I might have to just keep him for the rest of the year. But yeah, guys, let me know what comes out. And then we can look forward to laughing at me tomorrow when we know what's out and whether I should have done stuff or shouldn't have done stuff. We'll see. Hit the thumbs up button. Shoot me with 2,000 likes. That'd be amazing. Subscribe as well to the channel if you are new. I thank you very much for that. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram down below. Links are in the description. And just, yeah, have a great day. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Take it easy. And I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.